can we tighten them up a little bit? I think it would need retensioning a little bit. I mean, that's got it tighter. Probably what you would need to do, to be honest with that, is to loosen them off and make the middle pole a little bit longer, just so you can get a higher back, because obviously the material has, you know, the material has stretched a little bit with the dampness. So yeah, I think you just would want to just loosen those lines off, make your pole a bit longer, and then once you've done that, then just tighten it off so you've got a straighter back. I did notice with the Sil poly, with the Sil nylon super mid, because it's such a big back, especially on the super mid, that it really did sag, you know, quite a bit at the back. So that would be my suggestion there. Oh, but it's quite unpleasant weather, so let's get everything, out now. Oh, it's really not nice. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave the ground sheet just sticking out just a little bit there. Okay, we can actually just drop it down. Oh, and the wind's knocked you over. Oh, is this tripod? At least it's not raining anyway. That is something. Well, I say not raining. There's moisture in the air. It could be worse. Let's get the ground sheet in first. There's less snow on the hills today, but that is, oh, sodding out. Oh, this tripod. Oh dear. It's really not very good, is it, when it just keeps dropping. I think I've definitely made the right decision to head back today. I don't see, because it's going to be even more exposed over there when I don't have to camp. Like I said, if it had been pleasant-ish weather, or even just cold weather, I probably would have stayed, but I'm not going to learn anything from this. I mean, if it had been nice weather, I wouldn't have learned anything either, but if it had been cold and snowing, I might have learned something, and that might have been worth, and that would have been worth staying, but just staying out in the wind, I don't see the point. Better to back and do something useful at home, and then I'll be out again. Right, so keep one peg in situ, which we've got there. Get your stuff set, and we've still got one peg in the ground there, so if anything did slip from your fingers, I think we've got it tamed enough now that we can now release that peg too, and just see how much easier this is to get in. Oh, that's just a joy to pack. I mean, even the bits of string nearly comes back out with my hand, but not too much. Alright, so it's just a couple of bits there to give away. just check around you. The only thing we've left here is about 3 feathers that came out of the 1, 2, 3, 4 tiny feathers from the sleeping bag. You can see there's a lot less snow up there now. The forecast for Blencathra is about 3 or 4 degrees plus over the next day or so. So I think that all that snow is going to go soon. I'm going to get everything packed away here and we're going to get walking before it starts to get any colder. We've been walking about 20 minutes, something like that, and we've now started to warm up. My hands were quite cold when I first started walking, and I've got these very light gloves on, but all I did was put my waterproof over mitts over them, and that was pretty much enough, you know, to kind of just cut the wind out. And because it's not freezing cold, that was enough for my, you know, for my fingers to warm up. I was wearing this exact system the last few days when it was freezing or colder, so I think I'm going to warm up quite quickly wearing this now, because it's probably about 3 or 4 degrees now. Anyway, we can now see Skiddaw House over there, and you can see Blencathra in the hills over there, and that hill there, which I think was completely white yesterday, has just got bits of white. Blencathra's lost quite a bit of snow, and Skiddaw somewhere over there, one of those, has lost quite a lot. I think in the next day they'll be back to just, let's see, to just being wet again. Beautiful, beautiful British, typical British weather this now. Anyway, at least the drive home will be hopefully safe with no traffic problems, but at least there won't be snow on the roads. And also I was thinking, whilst it would be nice to stay out tonight, like I said, it would be nice to get back, and in a way I'll get more exercise by going back, because my original plan was to go all the way around, in which case tonight maybe I would have ended up where I was last night if I'd have gone over the top, down and around, because I was kind of planning on going up over the top, down the other side, and then the Cumbria way around. So I don't know where I would have ended up last night. Maybe where I was just now, you know, and even then I might have decided, well, the weather's so bad, maybe better to, you know, just head straight back. Maybe I wouldn't have got as far as that, I don't know. But anyway, by, you know, changing our plans, rather than doing to yesterday's camp now and then back to the car, I'm going to do that whole journey today, and then I'll walk Lassie at home and Lizzie at home tomorrow. So we'll kind of get more exercise this way, and that's no bad thing. And then we'll be out on Dartmoor for a relaxing in-camp trip, hopefully with an MH2 fairly soon before Christmas. And then we'll see what happens after Christmas. The Gregory pack has done well. I must admit, it's very nice. Like I said, the only things that I would prefer, and I think they're consumer things, I'd rather they didn't have the zip at the bottom, you know, for the so-called sleeping bag compartment. You know, it's obviously popular and people obviously use them, but I wish that people would learn to pack their packs properly, because I really don't see the point of it. I'd rather save the weight, you know, personally I'd rather save the weight of that, unless someone can give me a specific reason, you know, why it's there. You know, between the stitching and all the extra intricate bits, there must be like 200 or 300 grams there. And then the side zip, again, it's obviously popular, it's obviously used by people, but I don't really know what or how or why. You know, I'd rather just save the weight and pack what I need, you know, so it's at the top. I saw one video where someone put their shelter in the side there. So some chap in Sweden or Norway or something, I don't know where. And I kind of get that, you know, you could undo the side and pull your shelter out. But given that the shelter is the last thing that you pack when you're camping, you know, unless you're out for one night, and then you could pack it like that at home, and then when you're out, just pull the shelter out from the side. But when you're out, and the shelter is most likely one of the last things to go in, it just seems really inconvenient. So comment below as to what real benefit or use that is. Again, I'd rather just save the weight and just pack accordingly. It's probably quite deep through there. I don't want to get wet boots, so let's work around up here. The hip pockets are good. I'd like them a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger would be useful. And they're not the easiest to do up one-handed. I think the shape of the pocket or the way the zip is put on, it's not very easy to do up one-handed. To be fair, I don't think the MLD ones always are either. I think sometimes I need two hands. Sometimes I need two hands for those. But that's just something else that I noticed. But a little bit bigger would be helpful. They're on the cozy side of okay. But yeah, other than those few little bits, and I'm sure those zip things are probably popular with some people or as a marketing thing, I don't know. But other than that, it's a very, very comfortable pack. It is quite heavy, but it is very, very well made, you know, from that. It's comfortable. I think, you know, if you can build up a little bit of strength, it'll definitely haul ass, as they say. And I can get my water bottles on the front, so that's a bonus. So that's just a few thoughts on the Gregory pack. We're lucky it's not raining, because the forecast said heavy rain, and we're lucky. Let's hope we can get back before. I mean, the sky doesn't look any different all around, and it's just damp in the sky, so hopefully it doesn't rain. Oh yeah, just one other. I've noticed that my toes seem to get quite chilly. I don't know about thicker gloves, thicker socks, thicker boots. I'm also thinking that the socks are not very long, and because they're not very long, and obviously the trousers go down, I'm just half wondering whether the bottom of my legs, they don't feel cold. In fact, they feel fine, to be honest. I'm just wondering whether the bottom of my legs are cooler than I'm thinking, and therefore cooler blood is going down into my feet. I don't know whether gaiters would help that or not. That's just a closing thought, that my feet, or my toes particularly, feel cool. I wouldn't say cold, but I say on the colder, they're not frozen, but on the colder side of cool. And the rest of me, including my hands, fingers, is very, very warm. And my feet are dry, and the socks are dry. So that's something to think about. Once we get up to Skiddaw House, it's mostly, I kind of think, downhill kind of all the way from there, or level-ish anyway. Okay, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but it kind of worked out to be a different trip than originally planned, but you know, a learning experience nonetheless. We've definitely got some take-home feedback from this trip. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much for those who do watch.